Hi, Pisces. How was your birthday? I hope you had a good birthday. I'm sorry I was a little bummer town for your birthday. And thank you for being so sweet and sympathetic. Okay, so there's a few, I've been taking notes this time. And this is what you ended up with. You ready? It says, thank you for the sorrow and the joy. Family, friends, and all the little birds, those in heaven and on earth, guide my actions and my words. So, I like that for you. That was I actually wrote that November last year. So this connects to Scorpio energy. I was also reminded of this reading, and I'll link it below and probably at the end of the video, but it was called Respect Yourself. Remember that one? Where we wore the cowboy hat and that black dress. I actually dressed, I mean, I feel like I get dressed every day, but that was a fancy dress. It's, you know, it's like velvet. But that was a strong reading, and you were just not having it. You know, it's like you weren't being mean. You were just like, nope. Not out of ego, not out of fear, not out of insecurity, but out of respect. Which connect to your morals, right? And you're like, no way. You've made rules for yourself, right? And then you stick by them. Capricorn's your sextile. Well, that's probably why you're so committed, too. One sextile, which is it's an opportunity, right? Is Capricorn. Very solid, very long-term, you know, till death do us part. And then Taurus, cardinal energy. And then we have Taurus, which is Venusian and love, you know, and comfort. And this is in fixed energy. So really, when you love so hard, right? I'm going to take a few breaths. Leo's one of your inconjuncts, so shoulder just got so sore. My left shoulder. Leo does rule like this upper back area. I mean, most humans hold a lot of tension there. So I don't know if you just want to rub your own or wiggle that, loosen that a bit, right? That's your wings, if you think about it, right? So you ended up with two eggs, which maybe this connects to the birds. Birds have been strong, but you ended up with the golden egg and the black egg. Black egg speaks of truth. The golden egg speaks of preciousness. And on the bottom, you actually have the golden egg with the star card, which is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I guess this is connected to Saturn and Pluto. Oh, that's powerful. I love these two cards for that energy, though. It's not going to feel like that right away for some of you. You know, the brightness isn't there yet. There's still a little... well, I see kind of like a tunnel, but there's light there. It's close. It's not a little tiny dot. It's there. It's just a little bit further. Let's actually read the golden egg straight out of the book. I was telling Libra, maybe you already know, but Kim Kranz, the one that created this deck, and her other two, was a way for her to work through internal suffering, emotional turmoil, depression, etc. These big shifts inside of her was to create these decks, and it's such a beautiful example. And she probably wasn't doing it to try to be like popular or whatever. Most people have this animal deck or the whatever, her other deck too. It's like the Wild Unknown. It's like that. There's people across the world that know what, like, her art, and maybe that's what it is it was pure when it was created, so it became something more. It became something that wasn't only healing for that which created it, but for that which interacts with that creation. You know what I mean? So, golden egg. Excuse me. Okay. This is the message at the center of the heart. Right smack dab in the center. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is more calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest upon your heart, and staying open to any response that you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with one's own very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. Oh, that felt emotion. That was very emotional. Vesta's with Jupiter right now. It's really beautiful. Vesta is actually a way to probably connect, to shoot. That circle of energy resides and within warmth, right? In the hearth, in the home. Comfort. So that's pretty powerful. And with the star here, this is great, great, great healing. Okay? It's what you are doing. You here. It's what you have been doing. It's what you will be doing. Right? Now, for this time, oh, there's two there. So I chose a pile for you, other people, because that's a huge part of our lives, and then specifically a message from Spirit. So Spirit is pushing. What did you have in January? It's like Spirit has your back, right? It has your back. It's like something is guiding you, but what is guiding you is behind you. But it's something you can lean on. I just saw someone do the trust exercise, right? Put their arms out fully and surrender. They know that if they ever did, they would be, someone would catch them before they fall. It's hard to trust like that sometimes. You ever gone mountain climbing, and when you do the belay, you know, climbing up the mountain is intimidating in and of itself. But when you get to the top, you have to come back down, and you can't see. You have to. There's so much trust in that exercise. The way we're talking about this belay, I'm also going back to that buoy reading. Do you remember that one? Thank you for all that hard work. So you right now, let's see. Awesome. Hold on a second. Well, you have a black egg in the mouse. You had a reading a really long time ago with mouse medicine when I lived in that third floor apartment. So mouse is little, very resourceful though, right? Sometimes mouse can be a little timid, but it's looking at this truth. It like knows, I guess, so if this is you, there's something about yourself where something's a little timid because they want to be understood, and maybe whether someone would accept what's true. Now what's interesting is the King of Swords sits beneath this truth card. So very clear, very honest. But you know how sometimes like the truth is still the truth even when it's not spoken. But because Gemini is your square, you have to learn how to be comfortable with writing and speaking, learning about yourself that way, and being exalted in Venus, optimistic Jupiter, being able to also discuss even when the truth happens to be that maybe you feel small, or you feel in the dark, or you don't know, you feel like a rotten egg, you know, like that's okay too. Libra actually had this card as well, and it sits below the mouse. So I see what you're trying, when you express yourself, I see that is received, actually in a really sweet way, because you're a sweet person, you know? It doesn't mean you're not sassy and strong as a bull sometimes, right? As tough as Saturn and as strong as the bull, so strong. So I guess finding strength emotionally to be honest about what's changing or what you want to change, or so you're going left, okay? That's the way Spirit's guiding you, this way. This way. I guess for some of you this is east, or like southeast. Oh. This is spring, right? When we're recording this, this is the equinox. Happy equinox, by the way. East is east. I like southeast. That's like a where there's a birth of something, and then it actually is growing. And there's a lot of creativity with that direction to me. So maybe you're figuring out who you want to work with now. Maybe recognizing more of the value of love. And maybe in a different way. The value of your love. Let's see what's going on with other people. This is probably why usually we don't do readings, side note, specific to other people, is because it's always dramatic when you go in there, right? I think that's why those kind of readings are really popular. People just want to put it on somebody else, like it's somebody else. It's like, no, it's always, I don't know. These philosophical debates, isn't it? So, other people, you have Panther and Oyster. That's a really interesting combination. I don't even know how that comes together. Panther's like, open up, open up. That's what I hear, like someone like knocking real hard. It's like, open up. Hold on one second. Okay, so we were just talking about open up, right? As soon as that happened, I had such a, it's like my throat literally closed that I could barely get out. Hold on a second. And then it just blocked. It was like coughing and like it totally blocked. And I had to wait for it to calm down to be able to have it express again. Like be able to get out whatever was happening within. Interesting, Pisces. There's somebody that doesn't speak the truth. You know how some people say, what am I seeing here? This is like when somebody says, I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you. As if that's not a lie. What's that about? I feel like the face that we're making right now is like, like not impressed. Nope. Okay, this person's trying to go backwards. What's Spirit say? Okay. Hold on. Well, I'm seeing like a lucky horseshoe. And the words like can, like you can. There's space. There's like a vessel that can hold blessings. It can kind of hold anything, I suppose, but the intention usually is the connection to most, the association is positive. Don't ever wait for someone. Well, what do I see? Oh, hold on. Sagittarius in your 4th house. Or like your 5th house. Spirit is the coming through as the hummingbird. You also have Temperance in the 4 of Cups with that. So this is the major beyond the star. So there's something so beautiful here growing again. Someone's very faithful to in the hummingbird's interesting. It usually the throat is, there's red on this bird. which is kind of emphasizing there's red around his head, there's red on his head. Just a second. Something about a long shot. Like a really long shot. If you wanna shoot long. And you know that you can, that something's possible, then you gotta look up. You gotta aim up. Maybe some of you have to maybe some of you raise your standards a little bit. Yeah, I see basic ground rules. I mean, doesn't mean things can't change as things go along, but for now in this time, I see... I want you to think about that. You know, if... I keep seeing it, it's like... well, it's not a lie, I just didn't tell you. I want you to think about that. Because that has a lot of different layers, and there's a lot of different circumstances that kind of attach to that, right? Depending on certain situations, there are different rules, even in the game of life. So where are you with that? How do you feel about that? Whoever has lied to you, you're also angry about that too. Acknowledging your anger is helpful. Sometimes you need... Do you talk to yourself like... Do you talk rough? I guess Panther is also very strong in your other people section. You have a really strong teacher in your life. That's basically... Because Panther's almost like... To me right now is kind of like... All right, oyster creates a pearl, right? But that pearl can only be created... suffering happens for an accident, quote unquote, happens, and then suffering happens. And then it soothes its own suffering, and in that, the suffering becomes beautiful. But then it would be like, open up and shine. The beauty is within. What we should measure in other people is their hearts, right? Their faith. Not like these subsurface things, you know. Interesting. What do we have for time? 7 minutes. 7. Just a minute. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. It kind of went quiet. Well, there's winged ones. To close this out, there's winged ones in your spirit. Okay? Air, water, earth is also over here. Oh, you don't have any fire in this time. So really you're working with air. This time, this lesson has to do with air and water and earth. Okay? And whatever this is, you have 2 eggs in your basket. So that's... And this isn't like... what am I seeing? The black and yellow. Well, I guess remember you can be your delicate self. And still be decisive. And know how to prune too, right? Know how to prune. Scorpio being your trine. Okay, I think that's that. Oh, Pisces, thank you. You know, I realized where energy was coming from. Like I started to pay more attention. And it helped me to realize where I'm supposed to put energy. At least at this time. So that things are fair. And anyway, I thank you for being here. And I hope this message was of help to your heart. To ease you. Help feel confident. And thank you for really, I know these messages that come through this and the way I see it, the story, that whatever. I like art's so cool. It's the wildest, most beautiful. It's one of the coolest opportunities that's ever happened being in this life right here and right now. But anyway, I know the messages that come through this space are not always easy, and I thank you for your determination and strength, you know, humility and grace, your honesty and fairness. Because they're always, to me, they're always such interesting conversations. I really appreciate it. You know, you're helping the world, you know. Thank you. All right. I'll talk to you next time. Happy spring, or whenever you find this. I hope you have a wonderful now. And may all our steps be blessed.